Friends, today I've decided to talk about projects being built in the US that have an enormous chance of getting a boost from Trump and his policies. You'll find out which coins I'm personally considering for expanding my portfolio. We'll discuss the top contenders for the next spot ETFs, and I'll definitely share some truly mind-blowing updates on certain projects. Most importantly, we'll uncover the direction the US has chosen for crypto because some absolutely shocking news has just come out on this topic. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and watch till the end. This video is going to be incredibly valuable. Recently, a rather important event took place. The so-called cryptocurrency czar David Saxum held a conference where he told us about the US plans for cryptocurrency. There were quite a few interesting statements, and I have highlighted the most important ones to share with you. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on key crypto events and updates. Let's move on. Here's what David Sachs had to say.
I look forward to working with each of you, and with that, I want to say work with each of you in creating a golden age in digital assets.
Honestly, nothing groundbreaking. He once again demonstrated that he is highly supportive of crypto and genuinely aims to position the US as the global leader in the crypto space. It's crucial to understand exactly what he plans to do and what he's focusing on right now. Sachs also emphasized that he and his team fully understand the role of stablecoins, not just within crypto, but also in the broader US economy.
Stablecoins really have the potential to ensure American dollar dominance internationally, to increase the usage of the US dollar digitally.
But the most significant takeaway was the Bitcoin reserve statement. This remains the biggest topic of the year. If the US officially adopts a Bitcoin reserve, we could witness insane growth and an extremely bullish market. So let's listen to what David had to say about it.
So one of the things that the president instructed us to do was to evaluate the idea for a Bitcoin reserve, and so that is one of the things. That's one of the first things we're going to look at as part of the internal working group in the administration.
This is a critical statement, though we didn't necessarily hear anything entirely new. However, one thing became clear: Trump and his administration remain committed to their crypto ambitions. They are not backing down from their plans. And here's what's interesting. SEC is also actively starting to shift its stance on cryptocurrency. One of the latest notable updates, they have begun reviewing spot ETF applications more aggressively, with some even moving into a more detailed evaluation stage, complete with official decision deadlines. Another sensational piece of news was the resignation of SEC's chief attorney, who had been heavily involved in multiple lawsuits against crypto projects. Well, not exactly a resignation. He was reassigned to the IT department, despite being a specialist in financial law. This all strongly suggests that the biggest opponents of crypto development are beginning to shift toward embracing digital assets. Moreover, many government agencies are starting to pay closer attention to cryptocurrency. The FDIC has announced a review of its supervisory approach to crypto-related activities. Additionally, the agency has expressed its willingness to collaborate with the President's Working Group on Financial Markets, which was established under an executive order. These changes could encourage greater banking sector participation in crypto projects, leading to increased trust and wider adoption of digital assets in the financial system. And here's another fascinating development. Elon Musk has proposed moving the US Treasury to blockchain. Yet another bullish signal showing just how powerful blockchain could be, not only for finance but for entire nations. There's also a strong sign that crypto is being increasingly accepted by mainstream investors outside the Web3 space. Michigan State Pension Fund has disclosed a $9 million investment in a Bitcoin ETF. Considering all these factors, it's clear that the current market volatility is only temporary. In reality, we're witnessing an insane wave of extremely bullish news, meaning we're likely heading toward a massive market-wide surge.
3, 2, 1, fire!
As you've already noticed, US-based cryptocurrencies have been gaining massive popularity and relevance lately. That's why today, we're going to talk specifically about them. I've already made a similar video where I reviewed some interesting coins. However, today will be something unique. We'll focus on coins that we haven't discussed yet. Let's not waste any time and jump straight into the first interesting coin. And that asset is Litecoin, a rather controversial yet intriguing project. Back in 2011, this cryptocurrency and blockchain were created as an alternative to Bitcoin. To be more precise, it's not even an alternative, but an improved version of it. Transactions on this blockchain have always been faster, cheaper, and much more convenient. But here's the key question. What's next? What is Litecoin's purpose now, and why does it have growth potential? This is a highly relevant question because there's no longer a pressing need for a faster version of Bitcoin. Altcoins have already replaced BTC for transactions, and Bitcoin itself is now seen more as a store of value rather than a payment tool. So why would Litecoin grow? At first glance, there seems to be no reason for Litecoin's growth, but after conducting detailed research, here's what I found. Right now, all expectations are centered around Litecoin becoming the next candidate for a spot ETF. Recently, there have been numerous ETF applications. Litecoin has officially submitted an application for a spot ETF. Canary Capital has also filed a large batch of spot ETF applications, including Litecoin. What's interesting is that they even received confirmation of their application. This means that the SEC now has 240 days for review. What does this mean for Litecoin? Many are anticipating the approval of these applications, which could significantly boost the price in the future. I don't see any reason for the SEC to reject this application. But the bigger question is, how relevant will this ETF be? How much demand will there actually be? That's something we'll only find out over time. However, if major funds are actively submitting applications for Litecoin ETFs, it's highly likely that demand is already there. At the end of the day, funds operate based on financial incentives. If they didn't see strong demand, they simply wouldn't be doing this. Well, let's keep moving forward. Up next is AVAX, a token that has gained significant momentum recently, reclaiming its popularity. This is a relatively young blockchain, but in just the past 5 years, it has secured a top 15 spot in the crypto rankings by market capitalization. One of its biggest advantages is fast transactions with extremely low fees. On top of that, AVAX boasts a large and, most importantly, highly active ecosystem, which continues to expand and develop. A perfect confirmation of this is the surge in active wallets on the blockchain, recently reaching 260,000 daily wallets, bringing it close to its 2023 record. And besides the fact that AVAX is regaining popularity, there have been a lot of exciting updates recently. For example, at the recent Argentina Tech Forum conference, they announced that AVAX is beginning to enhance government operations, and some agencies are already using their technology. Another key highlight is that they continue improving their blockchain to stay ahead of the curve. Recently, they introduced an update that reduced transaction fees by an impressive 75%. Meanwhile, the project's CEO proudly claims that the blockchain can handle extreme loads, arguing that AVAX remains heavily undervalued. And I completely agree. Despite being an efficient and highly useful blockchain, it still doesn't get enough attention from funds and institutional investors. However, I believe that 2025 could change everything. Another interesting point is that Hong Kong has legalized the trading of 4 cryptocurrencies. According to the CEO of Ava Labs, Hong Kong has officially approved Bitcoin, Ethereum, Avalanche, and Chainlink for legal trading. Another interesting development, Swedish company Virtun, a regulated digital asset manager, has announced the launch of 2 new cryptocurrency exchange-traded products on the Nasdaq Helsinki exchange, Virtun Avalanche ETP. And the final update for today, Securitize has started launching the Acred Fund on multiple blockchains, and Avalanche is among the selected assets. Honestly, I see massive potential in this blockchain, as it has a strong ecosystem and infrastructure that could position it alongside Solana, especially given how well they are keeping up with technological advancements. Now, let's move on to a standout representative of the AI narrative. Near aims to create a transparent and decentralized AI, making it accessible to everyone, not just corporations. In today's world, where automation and job reduction are becoming increasingly relevant issues, this approach looks very promising. What's particularly interesting is how NEAR integrates blockchain to address AI challenges. For example, they have already launched a special developer program where 6 teams are working on different projects, ranging from open data and crypto models to AI commerce and cloud computing. These initiatives could significantly accelerate NEAR's development. Another solid indicator of its success is that NEAR protocol has recently re-entered the top 15 blockchains by revenue. Now, let's talk about recent updates. To be honest, NEAR is the only coin in this selection that doesn't have many fresh updates. However, I still managed to highlight some key announcements worth paying attention to. They announced plans to create the world's largest open-source AI model. This project is valued at $160 million, which will be funded through token sales, and NEAR holders will earn profits from the model's usage. Grayscale ranked NEAR protocol among the top 20 coins with the highest potential, according to their latest analytical report. Honestly, I think many people are seriously underestimating this coin. NEAR is already one of the market leaders in AI, and they are making impressive breakthroughs in the sector. Next, I'd like to talk about Injective Protocol, a project that is building a full-scale infrastructure for DeFi and offering tools for creating decentralized applications with access to deep liquidity. Built on Cosmos SDK, Injective provides fast transactions and integrates with other blockchains through the IBC protocol. One of the key advantages of Injective is solving the front-running problem on DEXs. This is achieved through frequent auctions, which eliminate bot activity and ensure fairness for all traders. Additionally, Injective allows the creation of interoperable DeFi protocols, which can exchange liquidity and provide even greater flexibility for developers. The native INJ token plays a key role in the ecosystem. It is used for staking, protocol governance, and network security. Thanks to the Delegated Proof of Stake (DPoS) model, users can delegate their tokens to validators and earn rewards for supporting the network. By the way, Injective has a massive ecosystem with hundreds of projects from different narratives. Injective launched the AI Index Perpetual Market, an index that combines leading companies from both the traditional and blockchain sectors, including NVIDIA and Taiwan Semiconductor, as well as access to AI projects such as Bitensor, Injective, Virtuals, and AI16Z. Another interesting update is that Injective is adding high-performance EVM support to its Layer 1 blockchain, opening new opportunities for developers. Another fascinating piece of news is that Injective is currently working on its own first tokenized on-chain S&P 500 index. Also, I can't ignore the fact that the INJ team is actively working with policymakers in Washington and New York to drive positive changes in U.S. crypto regulations. This is actually very important to consider. Right now, projects that actively cooperate with the U.S. government will clearly receive more attention and support from the Trump administration. And Injective understands this better than anyone. Moreover, the project itself has huge potential, as its technology and team are delivering a truly valuable and innovative product. And now, let's move on to the token, which is a standout representative of Layer 1 blockchains. This blockchain has a relatively small market capitalization, which could be a huge advantage for us as investors looking for potentially profitable assets. First of all, it's a fairly young blockchain that is already proving its strength. It has established itself as a fast and low-cost Layer 1 solution, making it attractive to many developers and users. Moreover, SEI is already supported by a significant number of projects, initiatives, and companies, which adds credibility to the project. What impresses me the most is the growth rate of the SEI ecosystem. If you watched my video 6 months ago, you probably remember that I already talked about SEI, and back then, its ecosystem was 2 to 3 times smaller than it is now. I also want to highlight total value locked. In recent months, SEI reached a peak of $270 million, and even now, it remains at $170 million, despite the significant downturn across all coins. Another interesting update, SEI Foundation is launching the DeSci fund Sapien Capital, worth $65 million. This initiative aims to support scientific research and innovation using SEI's blockchain. Honestly, this token is very promising because SEI strongly reminds me of SUI. It's underestimated, just like SUI was, even though every important metric clearly demonstrates the blockchain's strength. so I definitely see massive potential in this asset. Now, I suggest we get back to some very important and significant updates on 3 coins from my previous selection of US-based projects. Well, let's start with Solana. There have been quite a few exciting updates, so we've got plenty to discuss. First off, SEC has officially accepted Grayscale's application for a Solana ETF, which had previously been rejected by the former administration. This is yet another clear sign that the SEC's stance on crypto is shifting dramatically, and it's highly likely that we'll see even more applications being considered in the near future. However, despite this progress, challenges remain. The SEC's Enforcement Division has previously classified Solana as a security, which complicates the approval process for a commodity-based ETF. Analysts estimate that the final decision on Grayscale's spot Solana ETF application is expected by October 11, 2025. By the way, I have a Telegram channel where I regularly cover the latest news and key events. I've decided to make a separate post detailing all the coins that could potentially get their spot ETFs soon. So make sure to follow the link in the description and subscribe. Now, while we wait for spot ETF approvals, Solana isn't standing still. They have partnered with New York's administration to launch the first ever crypto hub. Skyline is a Solana ecosystem center in the heart of New York, designed to bring together founders, builders, and industry leaders to drive innovation. This is an exciting initiative that not only boosts Solana's recognition but also provides a platform for tech development and excellent networking opportunities. And while the market remains in an uncertain state and Solana trades around the $200 mark, Solana Strategies has accumulated an additional 21,000 Solana, bringing their total holdings to 189,000 Solana, which is approximately $41 million. The final piece of major news. VanEck's latest forecast predicts that Solana could reach $520 by the end of this year. Given all the factors at play, from Solana's overall impact on the market to potential spot ETF approvals, I'd say this prediction is more than realistic. What do you think? What are your price predictions? Drop them in the comments. Now, let's move on to XRP, where the latest news has been both intriguing and somewhat controversial. Let's break it down. In my previous video, I mentioned that Ripple is gaining momentum and forming valuable alliances. A great example of this is the recent revelation that Ripple's CEO has been in talks with Trump about establishing a strategic reserve not only in Bitcoin, but also in XRP. And the truth is, XRP has been making a strong comeback. Just a few months ago, this coin was considered practically stagnant, but now it's becoming a market leader, with major announcements and updates surfacing daily. With its expanding partnerships and massive ecosystem, Ripple and XRP are in a prime position to take on a critical role in the US crypto market, and even globally. Another huge development, NYSE has submitted a proposal to list and trade shares of the Grayscale XRP Trust under NYSE ARCA rule. Just like with Solana, this is a clear indicator of growing institutional interest in XRP. On top of that, several major firms, including WisdomTree, Bitwise, and 21 Shares, have also submitted spot ETF applications for XRP. Not long ago, Fox News reported that a wave of new applications for XRP spot ETFs was incoming. And that's exactly what's happening. This could become a major catalyst for growth. So, this is just the beginning. At the same time, Ripple and Solana are now competing head-to-head in the race to launch the next US spot ETF. What do you think? Which one will be approved first? Let me know in the comments. Well, now let's move on to the most exciting part. We're heading to the next monster in the world of real-world asset tokenization, Ondo Finance. Lately, more and more people and major investors have been paying attention to it. Ondo is expanding its influence in the US, and they were one of the main sponsors of Trump's recent crypto ball. Crypto Ball received sponsorship from Solana, Sui, and Ondo. It might seem like this doesn't matter much for the project or cryptocurrency in general. However, this is how political support in the US is gained, which is a significant advantage for crypto projects in America. And right away, we can see that on one of Trump's project wallets, there are already Ondo tokens, which are quite a significant position in the portfolio. If you regularly watch my videos, you know that at the beginning of this month, Ondo Finance held its own crypto conference in the US. So let's talk about it, because there were really a lot of interesting and, most importantly, very important updates for supporters of this asset. There were indeed just a huge number of really important people, representatives of projects, and US authorities, from the founder of Pantera Capital to the son of the US president. So let's go in order. The first, quite important piece of news was that Ondo is integrating USDY into the Stellar network. This offers yield-bearing real-world assets to support global payments. Stellar provides over 400,000 fiat on-off ramps and now connects real assets to blockchain. And this opens new opportunities for both Ondo and the entire crypto market. Ondo Finance launches a tokenization platform for open on-chain access to US securities. The platform will offer access to more than 1,000 securities traded on NYSE and NASDAQ. Among them, fixed income ETFs, as well as shares of major companies such as Apple and Tesla. Tokens issued on the Ondo GM platform will be backed one-to-one by the underlying asset, such as publicly traded stocks, and will be freely transferable outside the United States like stablecoins. Additionally, Ondo Finance has launched Ondo Nexus, a new infrastructure for tokenized treasury assets. This system will provide instant liquidity for third-party issuers of tokenized treasury assets. And now this program will support treasuries from Franklin Templeton, WisdomTree, Wellington Management, and FundBridge Capital. Ondo Nexus makes RWAs more liquid and accessible to investors. As I already mentioned, there were many well-known and significant financial figures at the conference. For example, the founder of Pantera Capital, who spoke about how much potential he sees in RWAs and in this narrative specifically for the US. In addition, he noted that he sees truly huge potential in Ondo Finance itself. And I can't help but mention that Pantera Capital itself holds Ondo tokens in its wallet. Also, at the conference, they discussed news we already know. XRP and Ondo have joined forces to expand institutional presence by introducing tokenized US Treasury assets OUSG on the XRP ledger. The goal of this partnership is to strengthen the company's position in the ecosystem and provide investors with access to new on-chain solutions. And now to the most interesting part. The son of the US President, Donald Trump Jr., at the Ondo Summit stated that crypto assets represent the future of American dominance on the global stage. According to him, the crypto industry is the future of banking. It is as important as any other sector of the economy. As Trump Jr. noted, his family turned their attention to this sphere after they were debanked by political opponents. When this happened, you start to realize how corrupt the banking system is, how inefficient and dishonest it is by nature. The entire financial system is basically one giant Ponzi scheme. You realize what position everyone else is really in. We are fighting for those same Americans who face these problems every day, he said. By the way, shortly before the conference, one of the Trump family's crypto projects, World Liberty Financial, announced that it was creating a strategic token reserve. The DeFi project, supported by Donald Trump, acquired $470,000 in Ondo and plans to form a strategic reserve. Details have not yet been disclosed. And what do you think about this and about Ondo in general? If we sum it up, I see great potential in all the coins from this video, and everything is shaping up in a way that suggests the next few years will be the best time for crypto projects being built in the US. Well, that's all for now. Remember that this is just my opinion on the market, not financial advice. Always do your own research before investing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the like button, and stay tuned for more coin reviews. See you.